Excuse me, Gunther, I need to ask you something. Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat. She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back. I'll be out of here as soon as I can, Gunther. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm a little too upset to think about the future. Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business, but have you seen a stray mechanical wandering about? A mechanical under my care up and wandered off, that's all. I gotta get her back before anyone notices that either of us are missing. Hey, I almost can't believe it. Betty found her way back. Here I was thinking I'd never see her again. It's nothing. Thanks for the kindness, stranger. Seems I'm running my mouth too much. My mechanical Betty up and wandered away a couple days back. Betty is out there somewhere. Getting up to no good, I'm sure. You being genuine? I don't even want to think about how you came to know that. Little Betty's been slagged? Oh, law. I didn't mean for this to happen. This is all my fault. Laws. Ain't got my mechanical, and by day's end I reckon I won't have a job neither. Well, Thank you. I guess this means my job's saved. Wish I could be happier about it. But with Betty gone, I know. I don't think I've got bits enough to cover losing a mechanical. I really don't want to lose her. You've clearly dealt with worse things than canids. I reckon you could handle a tiny mechanical. If you could find a way to get Betty back to me, the reward's all yours. Laws, Betty, my poor Betty. Thanks again. This all means a whole lot to me. You sure know your way around a mechanical. Betty is purring like a sprat. Oh, it looks like you went in and reset her parameters. Thanks a ton for doing that. Should get me back to work all the faster. Yep, that's right. Her parameters for movement and target acquisition are a mess. I'll bring her back to the garage and get her sorted out. She is all right. I really hope she didn't cause you too much trouble, as I reckon I have you to thank for her returning safe and sound. Oh, of course. Just give me a moment to have a look at her first. Between saving Betty and sorting her out, you've sure done me, and by extension Slug, a service. I've got bits and spare parts with your name on them. Since Betty's back safe and sound, I'll be sure to let my coworkers know that you're a good one. Here's some money for your effort. Least I can do to show my thanks. Oh, I won't be turning my back on Betty again, believe me. Thanks again for all your help. You really saved us both from the edge. I guess this is what I get for hiring on the first person who'd listen to me out here. This is all I have on me. Now I guess I better go before you ask for more. Her main purpose is cacao milking, but the only cacaos in the reserve are close. Without a directive, she shouldn't have had reason to wander away from the milking area. Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her, being unemployed, I mean. Be lonely being unemployed. Suppose I should still thank you. At least I know what happened to Betty in the end. Excuse me, any of you folks see a stray mechanical wandering around? Oh, I ain't no hunter. At least not in the traditional sense. Wrenches always suited me better than firearms. You're back! Any sign of Betty? Hey again. I've still got a reward out for Betty if you can get her back to me. I'll just be chewing my fingernails off in the meantime. That's what I was afraid of. You sound like you know your way around the mechanical mind. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself, but like my machine, I'm not combat inclined. Well, I sure ain't going anywhere without her, so if you decide you could use the extra bits, you'll know where to find me. But I can't afford to pay you. Slug's gonna take everything I have as payment for Betty, and I'll still be a couple thousand in debt. Damn it all. Here, this is all I have short of the clothes off my back. I can't believe how terribly this all has gone. Whenever I need to reprogram her, I usually sneak up. She just won't stop working otherwise. And ain't you just the most reliable freelancer in the colony? Let me just take a look at Betty here and we'll talk about payment. Sure. I'll tell you anything if it helps Betty. Is that enough info? Ready to go hunting for Betty? Oh, that's not good. I hope she hasn't gotten herself into any trouble. I'm sorry to bother you folks, but have any of you seen a little mechanical pass on by? Might have been wearing a little hat. I know it's a pain, but I think I need some outside help. Job or no job, I'm not leaving Betty out in the wastes. Gonna need to find Betty in the first place before anything can or can't happen with what she's milked. 3 legs, conical body, wearing a worker's hat, woefully unsuited for combat. Well, normally I'd be inclined to disagree with you. Betty's a big girl and can steer clear of danger, but it's been a little too long. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to use that at my next mechanics meeting. but I take by your tone that you ain't seen anything matching my machine's description. Hey, I ain't in the habit of intentionally losing company property. That'd be one hell of a violation. Besides, I'm rather fond of Betty. Yep. Now, why don't we take a look at Betty? Would you believe I missed the first 3 and misread the 4th? Yeah, I didn't think so. As it so happens, I might have had a little more to do with Betty's wandering than I let on. So what happens when the cacaos die or get made into meat pies? That's right. Betty'd be scrapped. Where are they now? Well, that must have been my doing, though I assure you it was accidental. Betty's just your standard tripod mechanical, though she probably is still wearing my hat. Without it, she seems kind of naked. Normally, I'd say things will end up all right, but not if Betty stays lost. But yeah, usually even slug machines don't get lost on their own, so I guess I'm to blame. Setting Betty's search parameters is my job. Must have added a 0 where I shouldn't have. This is all just an unfortunate cycle of events. If you can help rectify it and get me my Betty back, I'll give you everything I got. I guess I should have expected that she might be a little too open. I guess it must seem like I sent you on a wild canid chase for nothing, but there's an explanation. Much as it might sound strange to say it, she's just about my only friend. I guess it might seem that way, but it was worth it to me. I guess it is a lot more complicated than a search for a runaway machine should be. Guess I don't really have to. Mechanicals don't question you, and my boss just sort of waves her hand at me whenever I say anything. I've been looking after Betty since I started out on the reserve. The other workers were never all that friendly, and only got worse over time. Blame the murderous workplace. Now, let me take a quick look at her, then we can get on to your payment. I won't. If you can't do that, helping her finish whatever she's doing should allow you to give her a new directive. She's a little detail-oriented, like me. If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines should send her back home. See, the old girl's initial programming just don't cut it. She's supposed to sit there and milk cacaos day in, day out, but Slug doesn't have many cacaos. Slug doesn't really do reprogramming. Hell of a lot easier to buy or steal a new mechanical than to tinker with an outdated, useless one. So I'm making her more versatile. I modify her patrol parameters and send her out, never far, mind you. Each time she returns, I iterate upon her prior parameters. My hope is that if the dairy gets shuttered, she'll be able to be retrofitted as a guard mechanical, assuming she doesn't get lost like she did today. Thanks for being privy to all this, stranger. This meant more than you might guess. Right. I imagine this looks mighty strange to you. Suffice it to say, I want to make sure Betty never meets the scrapper. Wouldn't make any sense. Ain't no cacaos out there. Betty's smarter than that. I've been trying to track her, but the beasts make it hard. Personally, I prefer my organs inside my body. I'm contractually obligated to inform you that slug mechanicals are not notoriously inclined to malfunction, and any rumors to the contrary are slander. Actually, this wasn't a bid to get promoted. It was for Betty's sake. I suppose everyone forms bonds in different ways. Oh, Betty, you big goof! What were you thinking in that little metal noggin of yours? You nearly worried me to death.